Hi everyone, I'm Anna. I'm here with my business partner, Ale.
Hello.
And of course my good friend. And well, we are landscape architects, and what we'd like to talk about today and share with you is how we are doing landscape today, and how we really believe that having new practices in landscape is very important. And as the new together, that is what is bringing us today here, is we believe that boundaries must be erased between specialities and disciplines. In order to achieve a complete, really comprehensive and successful project, we need to merge all specialities into one. And so we can begin to understand that landscape is what it is and is alive. And the practice of doing landscape has to be alive as well, because it's constantly changing. Sorry.
Yeah, and I don't know if Anna said, but we are from Mexico, and the New Together bring us here with this project that we would like to tell us our practice and our approach to landscape through a project we did in Baja California in Mexico, understanding the ecosystem, in this case, the desert. No? So the wind and the New Together brought us here to talk about a little bit of our practice in Mexico, how we approach and how we like to understand it from a very different perspective. And we've been working, I'm an architect, a landscape architect, and as a landscape architect too, which we like to work on a basis with the architecture where landscape leads a base, where we can start from the ground and understanding the land and the place, so we can start building from a very specific understanding of the land. No? So we create a connection between nature and humans. We like to think how we can erase that line that we have drawn from nature to humans, because we are that we call nature. No, we're part of nature, and we're that, and we through time have draw that line, and on our practice what we try to do is to erase that line, to have this base by understanding really where are we, where is the project, what's the ecoregion that it's on the place that we start to design.
We laugh a lot in our office because we always say that landscape cannot be only the spaces left by architecture. Mm-hmm. It has to be otherwise, because landscape is there. So landscape can be the perfect facilitator or the dialogue between humans, architecture, and nature.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And it's a link through the history and the memory of the land. Like we really walk through time and through the memory of the water. The water leaves memory. The original ecosystem, the trees, the stones, even they look eternal, even if they're not. The original ecosystem. So we really like to dive in and understand these layers of history and the memory of the land, to have this base to understand it, and then really approaching, even before just grabbing a pen or a pencil, before drawing, really emerging and have a deep understanding of the land, of the memory of it.
Also, an important thing is in school and in our formal practice, we always learn to keep track of some steps in order to do this landscape activity practice. But right now in our office, we are really giving an important space to improvisation and spontaneity, because landscape it's finished in the field work. You really need to feel the site. You really need to make the final decisions there. There is no way landscape can be like defined, totally defined by a plan only. It has to be like very felt in the moment in order to really feel the perfect decision to finish the construction.
And so we work through a comprehensive management of the land, understanding, and we were saying, these layers, the topography, the architecture, the trails, the vegetation, the water, this connection between the users, the wildlife, and the landscape. We have to understand wildlife and animals are part of the fauna of our projects, and they have to be integrated to the design, and also they leave this history, these cross lines that give us information to really understand where are we working with, what are we designing, and how do we really integrate our users, the wildlife, and the original landscape.
So, as we said at the beginning, we understand that landscape is constantly changing, and it's always flexible, as we see in our project. In order to understand the site that we were... Sorry, yeah, no battery. In order to understand it, we needed to understand the transformation it had passed, because as you see on the left, there is the original desert, but at the right, we can see the farming fields. And at the other side, which we cannot see in this picture, we have the mountains. So these three situations had to be appealed in the project, because in landscape we need to think about time and evolution and how will the project will grow and finish to develop itself.
I see. The art of observing nature, like really observing, not seeing, and letting the soil, the wind, the water speak. Even the silence. We like to give an ode to silence in our projects because we have forgotten how precious it is, silence, to immersing ourselves in what the site is and what it has to offer, and we become attached to what is essential. Like we really look for what is essential on our projects. And we excel the art of designing with nature in a service of the environment. We really like to understand the plant palette, the different textures, colors, where they come from, and integrate it into the project to see how they evolve, the phenology, and time. Time in landscape is essential. We have to think what's going to happen in the first 5, 10, even 50 years. No, it's crucial to understand the design and landscape throughout time.
And right now, how landscape can help us also in the restoration of ecosystems and degraded territories. So our process is alive, as we said today. We do a lot of research because we love what we do. But we really like to question ourselves, and we like to write and draw and then cross out and do it again. And then it's like, what if we do it? So we tell a new story that is alive, and it's getting its own shape and its own identity. So we really let ourselves immerse in the new environment we're working on.
And we use nature as our guide. We select plants, materials, and for this project, Anna and me and our whole families went to the desert and lived in the desert and saw the different stages when it was a dry, gray, very beautiful scenery, and then when the first drops of rain dropped, like the landscape changed completely. We had blooms, we had a little bit of water, and then everything was green, and also to see the value and the beauty of landscape which is dry, and we create new stories. One about landscaping, constant transformation, which that's very important. No, y faltan.
No, es que ya.
Ah, pero pasa las últimas.
So, yeah, we know we're out of time. It'd be just 3 seconds, sorry. But with landscape, we like to really believe that we can trace how we want us, the users, to walk through the landscape, how we like to imagine how it's going to be inhabited. So actually, it's a big responsibility because we're talking about living creatures. So in our landscape projects, we like to tell the essence of every place, as we are telling the place on Paradero. That is the project that is exhibited here today, and you can see it. Thank you so much, and thank you, platform.